Hello everybody. In this video, we will demonstrate you about a slot booking app that we made for C4D FET lab. And the app that we show in this video is release 2 of this app. And this app is made for the final project submission of course CS308, and we are team 5. So in team 5 we have Akash Maurya, who is me myself, and then there is Chandan Prakash, who is the person operating the screen, and then we have Mohit Kumar, Zaidan Bhatt, and Kalyani Kumari. We had to make a slot booking app, and the main features of this app were that an admin can approve, or user will uh, request for a slot for a equipment or a facility of this lab, and then the admin can either approve this facility, or he can schedule this facility to a later time by seeing the seeing what are the slots that are free for this particular, and what slots are that are not free, and this scheduling to a different time will be done with a mutual consensus between the both, and they can converse in the remarks section of a particular booking, and they can finalize the booking. The other features for this app are like the lab admin can generate a yearly or monthly or uh, a report between a fixed time period, and in this report they can have what were the total revenue that were generated from this booking, as this booking cost some money. So there are functions that we made which will tell what are the prices, what were the total revenue that was generated, and they can also, it can also show that what was the count of publications or achievements that were achieved by students using this facility, which will be added by the students themselves. And then uh, the admin can monitor the data of user, and the admin can update equipment list, or there are different other features like this. So this app is basically concentrated towards making the process which was earlier by email, and this app will make it more autonomous. And then what we did was basically we started from the database part. We sketched the diagram models, and we created, basically we have now 5 tables, which are the equipment table. It contains the rate type is basically for sample per run, and the cost for each thing. And then as you can see, each photo here is a equipment, and the name of the equipment, the model number are shown here. And then this is the equipment table. We have the user table which logs about the user, then we have the admin table, then record table, and then achievement. And once the database and the sketch was ready, then we made the login logout register and other systems that was easy to make. And then we made the booking system, which is the core of this app. And then we added interfaces and functionalities like the history, etc., and like the history of user, then to update a particular equipment and other things. And there were many functionalities that were added, and you can refer to the comments on our GitHub repository for more. And now we will show you the working of this app. So as you can see, uh, Chandan has logged into our system as a user, and he can also show you how to register as a user. So once you click on register, first we have to log out, and then we will show you. So we, as we have logged out, we can show you how to register as a user. And then we will skip towards the login part, and Chandan will show you how to log in. So this is the user ID and the password that he has, and he has now successfully logged into the system. And then you can select the equipment and book. Say we are booking the number 19, and this you can see what it was. And then we have to enter a date, that is when we want to book this, and then the start time, etc. So once Chandan has filled in these entries, then we are good to go. So you can see the quantity is per sample, and the rate per quantity is also mentioned. The rate per quantity is also varies, the user is internal user or external user or industrial user. So we have booked this successfully. Chandan will click on book now, and then we will also book another equipment, and then we will show you how it we will book another equipment and then go to the dashboard and say we are booking equipment number 5 or any other. So he will manually add some entries which are required. As you can see, the quantity type is per hour. So the start date, say we are entering time from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. So this is basically 4 hours. But we will enter a quantity deliberately wrong, like we have entered a quantity of 10 hours and we will book. So this is an error which will be manually clarified by the admin, and we will show you how. So now we will log into the user part. So sorry, this is what is the feed for a user, and this is his home page. He can see his previous bookings. He can see his pending bookings, upcoming bookings, and previous bookings. And then there is a user profile, and then this publications part or the achievement parts. You can add a publication. Yeah, see, you can see the achievement date, the achievement type. You can add some achievement, and you can uh, add achievement and link it to a record. So you can add something, Chandan, here. So that's it. Now we will show you the admin part. Please hop over to that. Is an admin, and as you can see, the admin is able to see how many users are there using his facility, how many pending bookings, how many completed bookings, how many equipments he has, and the quick links. So now when he will open a record, what actually a record is a database entry, equipment ID, the user who is requested, and he can see the status that if it is booked or it is pending. So if it is pending, he will book it, or he will either approve it, or he will uh, or he can change the time and booked for that particular equipment. And then he can also change the bill sum, like if the bill sum is for a pending id, say we are on the id number 3, and then the uh, it is a pending request with amount of 600, and we know we can give him a discount of 100 rupees, and the discounted price will be 500. So if we write a discounted price and update it, our database will be updated, and you can now see that the price is 500 and he can approve this. So we will be approving this at a discounted price. And we can also converse, like we will go to the entry where, as you can see, we are on the last entry, and this we will write to the user that this is not possible as your quantity entered does not matches this. So we are opening the chat, and we will type him, hi user, the quantity is dubious. You should clarify about what exact quantity you want. And then you can see the admin has, and these messages can be used, or these remarks can be used to come to a consensus and decide the booking. So this was how booking is done, and we can show you how the user replies to these things. So a user can reply to these things from the chat sections. And moving back, so we will now show you what are the other functionalities of this app. So we will show you the report part. So this is the report, where as you can see, we will enter a start date and an end date. So and we will calculate the revenue. So this is the total revenue that we got between the start date and end date as we entered. And then we can similarly find out the total number of achievements that of the user. And we can also update an equipment, like if for the user we can see what are the equipments, we can edit any equipment, we can delete, or we can add a new equipment. So basically these were all the functions. We have added many functions which could not be covered in this video, but basically this was the app. And the workflow, as I mentioned, was we went from designing the database on pen paper, we made the entity relationship diagrams, and then we went through basic features first, that were the login logout register system. And then we made the booking system, which is the core of this app, and then added over functionalities. So basically, this was what we did for the slot booking app for C4D FED lab.